So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I am in Tavistock this morning. That is the other side of Dartmoor, sort of between Plymouth and Exeter, I'm going to say. That's probably not good geographical description. It's the best I can do. So, what time is it? It's about 6:30. I've been awake about an hour and a half. And I'm in one of my favourite places. I say favourite, more frequently used places. It's right in Tavistock Wharf, and I only stay here. I don't get here till 10 o'clock at night, and then I'll be off in a minute because I know another place to park further on down the road for nothing. And I've just watched a vanlife video of a woman. I'm trying to think. Oh, Nigel and Sue. Okay, Nigel and Sue's Adventures. And it was entitled Alone. And she was saying, basically she started off saying, is it good or is it grim, type of thing. And I like those ones because they bring a bit of reality. I mean, it's all reality, isn't it? But a lot of people do the whole shiny stuff, and she refers to the 20-odd-year-olds with bikinis on and how it's different for us older folk, really. And she touched on a few good points about being alone and is it lonely and all the rest of it, the difference. The thing is, though, it is slightly different for Sue because she has got a partner and apparently he travels or he works 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off. So she's only got 6 weeks on her own. And I know when I was married, I used to love having maybe a month on my own just with the kids and whatnot. I used to get jobs for my husband. I used to send him off to the Lake District when I lived up north. I'd go and get a job in catering or site management, something like that, and then I'd get him to do it so I could go and have time with the kids. Anyway, that was then when I had a husband. And is it lonely? Gosh, yeah. I'm even more lonely now than I ever was. Don't know if it's because I've aged, but then there's a load of old folks like me doing this, so we should all sort of be lonely together. Don't know if that's possible. Well, it is, isn't it? Lonely in a crowd. But it's interesting because I long for what I call companionable silence. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So I spend probably 5 or 6 days on my own, often without speaking to anybody. I don't mind when I'm driving. I like that. I don't mind that. But when I'm on my own, doing nothing, then it's not much fun. I don't like it at all. And what I decided to do was come and visit people, so people who I know, just spend time on my own, go and see them. And that's great. However, somebody just mentioned about missing deep conversations. So when I go to visit people, I am the novelty. My lifestyle is the novelty. People want to know how I am, where I've been, blah, 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 and all of that. And it's not fun because there's no depth of conversation. There's no, what I would call, conscious connection. I'm just repeating the same things and being asked the same questions. Is it comfortable? Don't you get lonely? What do you do about your toilet? All of that sort of thing. How do you keep yourself occupied? Well, I don't. And that's the trouble. I don't really do that much other than walk. So, yeah, is it lonely? Yeah, it is. It can be. Would I want to travel with a person? Every now and again. Yeah. I guess my ideal would be to know people who are living this lifestyle and who meet up on the road here, there and everywhere. Not necessarily planned, but maybe so. Maybe a couple of meetups, arranged meetups, but who bump into each other along the way. I used to do this lifestyle 20 years ago over in Spain and Portugal in winter, and that was good because you'd just go your own way. Lots of Dutch people then, I think there still is actually, and they'd go one way in the big RVs and I'd be off. I'd probably hang around a bit longer on the beaches in Costa del Sol area, all the way along southern Spain. Into Portugal, and then we'd just bump into each other somewhere along the line. That's nice. I like that way. Would I want a travel companion all the time? No, not necessarily. I love giving people lifts. I used to pick up hitchhikers. People don't hitchhike anymore, you know. Because then I can find out a bit more about them. It's not all about me. It's boring when it's all about me. I know about me. I want to know about other things. And also I want to learn other opportunities. When I travelled in my, 20s and 30s, it was great because people shared the travel tips. And if you had no itinerary, like I often didn't when I was backpacking, somebody would say, oh, yeah, well, no, I'm heading off to blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, can I come with you? Yeah. And, that sort of thing. So I miss that camaraderie. And I do miss the deep conversations. I guess some people are a bit more organised and they maybe have regular Zoom sessions, a part of groups on the internet. I don't want to be on the internet. I like human connection, Yeah. So yes, it can get lonely, and that's what makes my mood drop. I'm fed up with that at the moment. But I am about to change my lifestyle for 3 months. I have committed to a project, living in a van, which is great, with a half-established community, or half of us will be part of an established community, and some of us are new. And that's going to be doing all sorts of really things like management of festivals and camps and retreats. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm putting a lot of hope on that, to be honest. I'm hoping it's going to ground me, give me some stability, some intelligent conversation, and I'm going to be utilising some of my skills, so my catering and my camp organisation, and probably a bit of counselling as well I'll be doing. Oh, and I hope I get to do some massage. You can't just go up to strangers and say, hey, do you want a massage? Can I give you a bit of a rub down? It gets interpreted the wrong way. But I do miss my giving massage. Actually, I did some yesterday for a friend here in Tavistock. That was good. She never stopped talking. Actually, it was the quietest I've ever known her. But again, she never stopped talking. So that's me. Am I lonely? Yes. Would I like to do it differently? Yes. Do I know how? No. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Right. I'm going to get up, do the usual thing when I'm here, go for a swim. It's not quite open yet. No, it's not quite time yet. Yep, go for a swim before the kiddies' swimming lessons start, and go for a big long walk. And then actually I am meeting up with this friend who I massaged yesterday, just to pick something up from her place. And that's me. After that, no idea what I'll do. Could do with a bit of purpose in my life. Yeah, that stopped me being lonely. Right, I'll stop me whinging. Oh, people are getting in the pool, that's it. Must remember to put my costume on. I've just had a week in Holland in a naturist campsite, sauna place. So you get used to being naked. It doesn't work round here. Doesn't work. So must find a cosy, get it on, and get in that water. Enjoy your day.